Visa interviews are often the final and most critical steps in securing permission to travel, work, or study in a foreign country. The outcome of the interview typically depends on how well prepared and confident you are, as well as how effectively you can demonstrate that you meet the visa requirements. Even small mistakes during the interview can lead to delays or rejections. Understanding common pitfalls and knowing how to avoid them can significantly improve your chances of successful visa interview. So in this video, I'll share with you an in-depth look at common visa interview mistakes to avoid and tips to handle the process smoothly. Okay, so hi explorers, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, consider subscribing, turn on the post notification bell to enjoy more travel information. The first thing we are going to look at is lack of preparation. Preparation is important for a successful visa interview. Failing to thoroughly review your application and supporting documents can make you appear unprepared, which raises doubts about your credibility. The mistake you can make is not reviewing your visa application, personal documents, or being unaware of specific visa requirements. So it is in your best interest to study your application and all submitted documents carefully. Understand the purpose of your travel, your accommodation details, and any financial or employment documentation you submitted. Be ready to explain any part of your application clearly if asked. The second one we'll look into is arriving late or too early. Timing plays a very important role in the impression you make during your visa interview. Arriving too late or even too early can show poor time management or lack of attention to guidelines. The mistake you can make here is arriving more than 15 minutes early or showing up late to the appointment. The best thing you can do here is to arrive about 10 to 15 minutes before your scheduled interview time. Arriving on time shows that you are respectful of the consulate's time and guidelines. Research the route to the consulate or embassy beforehand, accounting for potential traffic delays. As your third one here is inappropriate dress and body language. Visa interviews are formal and require a professional appearance and confident body language. Dressing too casually or seeming overly nervous can harm the impression you give. Wearing overly casual or inappropriate attire such as shorts, t-shirts, or flashy accessories also displays nervous habits like fidgeting or avoiding eye contact may come across as insecure or untrustworthy. Make sure to dress in business casual or formal attire to show respect. Use confident body language. Maintain eye contact. Keep your posture upright and avoid fidgeting. Practice deep breathing exercises if you feel nervous. The fourth one I'm going to share with you is failing to answer questions directly. During the interview, the officer will ask questions related to your travel plans, purpose, and financial or personal background. Giving indirect or vague responses may create an impression that you are hiding information. Providing long-winded answers or irrelevant details that can confuse or irritate the officer. Ensure you answer each question directly and concisely. Stick to what is asked and avoid providing unnecessary information. Practice commonly asked questions before the interview to refine your answers and ensure they are direct to the point. The fifth thing here is giving inconsistent information. Consistency in your responses is very important. If your verbal responses don't align with the information on your application or in your documents, the officer may become suspicious. The mistake here is offering information that contradicts your application, such as deferring travel dates or financial support sources. Ensure you review your application beforehand and ensure your answers match the information you provided. Practice answering questions in a way that reflects your application and avoid adding any details that might seem contradictory. The 16th year is overly elaborating on personal information. While transparency is good, oversharing personal information or irrelevant details can detract from your purpose in the visa interview and lead to unnecessary questions. Discussing personal issues or sharing details unrelated to your travel, studies, or work plans. Make sure you focus on the purpose of your visa and the necessary information only. Stay professional and avoid giving personal information that are irrelevant to visa type you are applying for. Next one is failure to demonstrate ties to your home country. One of the primary concerns for visa officer is whether you will return to your home country after your trip. Failing to demonstrate your ties to your home country can lead to rejection, especially for visitor or student visas. The mistake you can make here is not showing adequate proof of employment, family, property, or other ties that ensure your return to your home country. And the solution here is for you to bring documents that prove strong ties to your home country, such as job contracts, property ownership documents, and family information. Emphasize your commitment to return home after your trip or study program. The next on the line is providing unclear or contradictory financial information, which many people do. For many visas, applicants need to prove they can financially support themselves during their stay. If you provide unclear or contradictory financial information, it could raise concerns about your ability to afford the trip. The mistake here is giving confusing or inconsistent financial details, such as stating income levels that doesn't match your bank statement, or providing vague explanation of sponsorship. The best thing you can do is to be clear and transparent about your financial situation. If you have a sponsor, clearly explain their relationship to you and provide their financial documents. Make sure your documents are up to date with recent bank statements and income proof. Another one we'll look into is failing to know details of your destination and purpose of travel. A common question asked by visa officers is about your travel plans, accommodations, and itinerary. If you don't know these details, it may appear that you are unprepared or lack a genuine purpose for travel. The mistake you can make here is not knowing where you plan to stay, your itinerary, or specifics of your study or work program. The best thing you can do is prepare a detailed plan for your travel, including accommodation, activities, and relevant addresses. This level of preparedness helps assure the officer of your genuine travel intention. Another thing we look into, which many people do, is talking negatively about your home country. While it is natural to discuss the reasons for wanting to visit another country, speaking negatively about your own country can appear disrespectful and suspicious to the visa officer. The mistake you can make here is expressing dissatisfaction or making derogatory comments about your own country's situation, politics, or economy. The best thing you can do here is focus on the positive aspects of the country you wish to visit rather than the negatives of your own country. For instance, highlight cultural or educational opportunities in the destination country without implying you wish to escape from problems back home. Let's move on to number 11, demonstrating an overly casual or overly nervous attitude. Attitude matters a lot in visa interviews. Being overly casual may seem disrespectful, while excessive nervousness may be perceived as a lack of honesty or confidence. Approaching the visa interview too casually or appearing excessively anxious or stressed, that's the mistake. then the solution is to treat the interview with professionalism and respect. Remain calm, be polite, and try to maintain an air of confidence. Practicing relaxation techniques can help reduce anxiety and help you stay composed. Here is bringing incorrect or insufficient documentation. Visa interviews require specific documentation, and each visa type may have unique requirements. Missing, incomplete, or incorrect documents can lead to an immediate rejection. The mistake you can make here is bringing outdated or irrelevant documents, such as old bank statements or incomplete application form. So what's the solution? Double check the list of required documents for your visa type and ensure all documents are current, accurate, and organized. It's also helpful to make copies of all documents to avoid any last minute issues. Next one is providing incomplete travel history. Some visa officers may ask about your travel history, particularly if you are applying for a long-term visa. Leaving out details of previous trips or giving inaccurate information can harm your application. The mistake you can make here is failing to mention previous travel, particularly if it is relevant to the visa type you are applying for. Be honest and complete in detailing your travel history. Having stamps or records from previous trips can help verify your travel history, especially for countries that monitor travel patterns closely. Next one is misinterpretation of purpose of the interview. Some applicants make the mistake of viewing the visa interview as merely a formality. In reality, the interview is a crucial step in determining your eligibility or intent, and it requires focus and preparation. One of the mistakes people make is treating the interview casually and assuming it is a guaranteed process. The best bet for you is to respect the formality of the interview process and understand that it is meant to assess your eligibility comprehensively. Prepare thoroughly and answer each question professionally and confidently. So let's look at the next one: failing to address previous visa denials, which most of people do. If you have had a visa denial before, the officer may ask about it. Being evasive or defensive about a past denial can raise red flags. Many mistakes people make is not addressing a previous denial or attempting to sidestep the question. What I would advise you to do is to be honest and upfront about previous denials. Provide a brief, clear reason if known, and reassure the officer that you have corrected any issues or misunderstandings from your past application. So now we'll head on for the tips for successful visa interview. To maximize your chances of a successful visa interview, I'm going to drop some few additional tips. Number one is practice. Practice common questions. Prepare for questions about your travel, financial situation, and purpose. Practicing answers help you stay clear and confident. Number two is bring extra documents. Even if certain documents are optional, bringing extra supporting information such as invitation letters, flight itineraries, and so on can reinforce your case. The third one is stay honest. Attempting to provide false information or forged documents is not only unethical but also illegal, and it will lead to an automatic denial with long-term consequences. The number four tip is remain calm. Take deep breaths before answering each question. Even if you don't know the answer immediately, pausing before you speak can help you give a thoughtful response. Tip 5 is ask for clarification if needed. If a question is unclear, politely ask the officer to clarify. It is better to ask than to answer incorrectly. So in conclusion, visa interview can be intimidating, but understanding common mistakes and preparing carefully will increase your chances of success. By arriving prepared, showing confidence, and providing honest, clear responses, you can make a positive impression on the visa officer and improve your likelihood of approval. Remember, the goal is to demonstrate that you meet the visa requirement fully and that you have legitimate reason for your visit. So that's a wrap for today. I hope you learn one or two things. I hope this information helps. If you enjoyed this video, kindly give this video a thumbs up, like, share with other family and friends that may need it, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not. I'll see you in my next one. Thank you for watching.